mean,
Wings, have you ever gotten a passport?
Not yet. No, I got to get one.
Let me explain how the process works.
No, getting a passport's easy.
Uh-huh.
To go to Chicago.
You don't need a passport to go to Chicago.
Why don't you?
You can go anywhere.
Oh my god! Oh my god!
You gotta understand, I've
This is
never
really
left
great.
South Carolina.
Okay. Let me help you here. You can travel anywhere in the United States without a passport. You can also go to, I think, Canada and Mexico with just like regular ID, like a driver's license.
Yeah.
But you need a passport to go to countries where they don't have that kind of reciprocal agreement. To go out of the country like that, you go to your local post office to get the passport. So step one, you go to like the drugstore and they take a passport photo of you. And,
Hold up. Somebody banned that kid that called me an absolute moron.
Okay. So the first step is you go to like the drugstore and they take a passport photo. You might think you could bring your own photo, but you can't. Like the background, the size of the picture, the amount of the picture that your face takes up, all that matters. So you have someone else take the picture. It's like $8. Take your picture, go to the post office, and I'm gonna make up numbers from my sketchy 7,000-year-old memory, but it's about $60 to get a passport, maybe $100 if you want it rushed, and they get it back in like 2 weeks. And then a little more, like maybe even $200, and you can get it back in a couple of days. So that's how a passport works.
I remember him giving me a reason. There's something he had to do that he had to renew it in such a short notice. He had to be in Washington, D.C. to do it.
I mean...
Because he's going to the Gathering. If you guys don't know what the Gathering is, look it up. It's you just put the Gathering in as the second link.
I know I have to get a passport, and I'm going to have to put a rush on it. And I think it's like an extra $150 on top of everything else, like expedite it or whatever, and like get it pushed on through. Because I guess normally it takes a few months, and maybe this trims it down to like a month or two.
Yeah, I got another passport about a year and a half ago, and there's 2 levels of expediting you can do.
Oh, really? Like how much is the more expensive one, and how long does it take?
The most expensive one, I'm gonna. I mean, this is a couple of years ago, but it was like 200 something, and it's a couple of days. And then for like half that, it's like 2 weeks.
I always thought you had to have a flat. I thought you always had to have a passport to fly. And most of my experience comes from like watching like movies where people fly because they usually have a passport.
Yeah, no. If you fly inside the U.S., then you don't need a passport.
I thought it was like another like security measure to get on a plane.
Nope, you're good to go.
Yep, all you need is ID and your plane ticket to get on the plane.
And see, and I can't stand it. That right there really pissed me off. If I could see that they called me a moron, I would have beat him right in the face with a mag light.
You know what though? Actually, Wings, I bet if you saw that guy that called you a moron, you'd disregard his 6-year-old.
I bet you
opinion.
I wouldn't.
He'd be 6 years old. You'd be like, "Oh, dude, I don't."
You'd be like, "Come here, little man."
Fucking cracked skull.
With the mag light.
Yeah.
That's Air Force aluminized steel, son. That don't bend, especially against a fragile skull like yourself.
Wings would be like, "Get back here in that tricycle. I got a truck, son. You need to drive it up behind him."
He's pedaling at Mach 1. Wings back and forth, ringing his bell, screaming for help. Wings puts it in 4-wheel drive and gets business done.
Oh man.
Oh my god.
I mean, I just can't stand people who are ignorant like that, dude. I'd slap them.
They're just not very nice, man.
You know, people in real life don't get ignorant like that. That's why I don't slap very many people.
Very
I hear you. But Wings, you've been on YouTube for so long. Aren't you hardened to that, or did you know what? So I'll talk about me.
I mean, because I
99%
naturally
of the time,
didn't know what I was talking about, and I knew I didn't. And then this wants to call me a moron because I was uninformed about a situation that I had never been told about.
Yeah.
Asking about a passport isn't something that you do regularly. You don't go to pick up milk at the grocery store and be like, I wonder what the process of getting a passport is. I hope you die in your sleep tonight.
I'm so glad we got to incorporate a rage quit in this. It's great. Keep
for
going
me,
now.
it goes like this. Like, if someone, says something awful about me that's not even remotely true, or it just doesn't hit one of my, like, soft spots, it flows right away. But, like, every now and then they find that Achilles heel. Every now and then they say something that, like, kind of has a hint of truth, and that's when it hurts the most.
Yeah, I always thought it'd be funny, since Wings has been doing his weight loss thing, if I made a video log where I gained 25 pounds and then lost it faster than he could lose 25 pounds.
I've got you beat by
Just
60 already then.
Lap him.
Yeah, like I could gain 25 and then lose it before he could lose 25. Like in that amount of time. I definitely can gain 25 in a week. Like, I mean, I'm sure. Like, I can
way.
eat.
How would you gain 25
You'd
pounds?
have to do nothing.
How much?
You have to eat a whole lot.
All right, think
That'd
about
be
this.
a lot,
Not
dude.
poop at all.
All you gotta do is think about it. How many calories equals a pound?
3,500.
Okay.
But again, also got to take into effect a guy your size, metabolism, it'd probably take you upwards of 6,000 to 7,000 calories to gain 1 pound.
Probably so. I can. So you're telling me that I've got to eat what?
I'd say at least 5,500 calories a day and do nothing to gain 1 pound.
Do you think that's hard for me?
Kyle's like, that's my skill set. I can do that. This is my core competency.
Let me see what I did today. All right. I woke up at 11 only because I had to go do a viewing on a house that I'm looking at. Got back home at 1, took a nap. All right. I woke up at 7.
You have my condolences because looking at something is pretty exhausting. Go on.
Yeah. I've eaten 4 times today. I woke up, I ate half a pizza that was left over from the night before, and I poured that garlic all over it. And that's nothing but like butter sauce. Like, I've had like 18 sodas today. I drink nothing but like Coca-Cola and and beer. And then I had one of those birthday cake milkshakes from Zaxby's. That thing's got to be at least 1,000 calories on its own. And then I got
24 again, dude. If you had, if you were 7,000 like me, you would weigh 7,000 pounds. You would just be outrageous.
So, Kyle, so far you've took in 3,000 calories. You still got about.
Oh, we've covered his breakfast, dude.
Touché.
I'm like, what's that Olympic swimmer?
Michael Phelps, right?
Yeah, I'm like Michael Phelps. All right, I'm on his level.
SNL did the greatest skit on that. They're like, "Oh, you want to be a champion like Michael Phelps? This is the Michael Phelps diet." Completely
That guy
left
eats,
out.
man. He's eating like pancakes and omelets and like several bowls of cereal and like sausages and like tons of pasta, like pounds of pasta, crazy stuff. Like just cramming the carbs because he's just burning so many calories every day. It's nuts.
Yeah.
That guy's a machine. But but my body just kind of melts fat away. I've put on a little bit of weight since I got back from Chicago. But like seriously,
here's what's bad. My brother brung a pizza in last night, and I felt bad about myself all day for eating one piece of it this morning.
Mm-hmm. Yep. So when I started my little weight loss thing, I had determined that Thursday lunch was my cheat day. Thursday is the day I go into work, and I always go out to lunch with the people I work with. So it's like, all right, I'm going to have chicken quesadillas on Thursday at lunch, and then every other meal all week long will be healthy without snacks. It's primarily how I'm losing weight. And yeah, so I kind of still feel guilty, but I allowed myself a cheat meal once a week. Wings, man. So when you first announced that you were going to get serious about weight loss, people were writing me to send messages on to you that they had weight loss expertise. And only now do I realize what a disservice I did you in even passing those on. Like, I must have 2,000 people so far who've told me how to lose weight, who've told me that I'm doing.
Yeah.
I had a guy leave a comment on my video that if you lose more than a pound a month, it's impossible, that you're necessarily only losing muscle. A pound a month? Really? Aim a bit higher, bruh.
Real bad advice I got. That's why I went to a personal trainer.
Yeah, and you went to a weight loss specialist doctor, right? Like an
I went to a
MD.
doctor and also got a personal trainer now.
Yeah, me and Woody were talking about this the other day. How like we were talking about that thing where like people say, oh, if you stop eating, your metabolism just shuts down and you don't lose any weight, dude.
That's not true.
It's not. It's okay.
It
Now
is
maybe
bullshit,
if you're a
man.
120-pound girl, that's true because
Maybe
you
if
know
you're in
why?
a coma.
Yeah, if you're a little girl, that's true, and that's what most of that fitness is written about. It's written for little girls who are going to be anorexic and puking their guts out to lose 8 pounds. No, I'm a man. All right. When I stop eating, I lose fat. I had to
Exactly.
if I had to fit into these like size 30 paintball pants before I went to Chicago. I had 2 weeks. They were like 4 inches too small. Like they didn't even button. I was fitting those things nicely when I got to Chicago, son. I dropped 15 pounds in like 14 days. I was losing no big deal.
In 10 days, I've lost 9 pounds so far. And when I put up the first video, everybody was like, oh my God, what are you doing? This and that. I put up the second video and they're like, how'd you do that? Like, cause it kept going. They were like, oh, don't. One advice I get all the time is not to weigh myself every day. And the rationale goes like this. If you weigh yourself every day, on those days where you gain, because this is what happens. You'll lose like 1.5 pounds, and then you'll gain like 0.3, and then you'll lose like 3/4 of a pound, gain 0.1, etc. So I just look at it and I'm like, oh, the downward trend. Today I had a big drop. I had a drop of like 1.5 pounds. When I weigh myself tomorrow, if I go up 0.5 or something, it's cool. Look, I
still
never
lost a
expected.
pound.
Yeah, over the course of 2 days, exactly. And but they're all like, dude, you're gonna get stressed, and then when you get stressed, your metabolism is gonna get ruined, and you won't lose weight, and you'll fall into a depression, and this and that. If I weigh myself daily, it's like, first of all, dude, I'm not that fragile. I'll be fine. Second, you want me to weigh myself once a week? You don't know shit about making YouTube videos, brah. I'm trying to put on a show here. So,
and you're
maybe
also
that's why you're asking me advice
so.
about asking YouTube.
Yeah.
Oh man, can I go ahead and kill some of these myths since I've learned a lot about weight loss?
Let's hear it. Maybe I'll learn something.
All right. The way you lose muscle. The only time that you're obviously going to lose muscle if you lose a large amount of weight. But if you're dropping 10 to 20 pounds, you're not going to lose any muscle unless you are 100% in a coma, or you're 100% take all protein out of your diet. Like a guy asked me the other day that he was young and he wanted to gain muscle, but he'd go and work out and he'd not get stronger. And I'm like, what do you eat? He's like, well, I eat cereal and I eat bread. I'm like, dude, to gain muscle, you got to feed muscle. You got to put protein in there. Mm-hmm. And as long as you keep a high level of protein up, like chicken, beef, meats that got a lot of protein, or like take protein drinks, that's how you gain muscle, and you'll keep your muscle up like that. If you can lose weight by turning your house down to like 60 degrees, because your body shivering will burn 1,500 extra calories a day. And if you shake your leg, you'll burn 1,000 calories a day.
Yeah, and it's not even a matter of like shivering, just your body having to maintain its body temperature at a slightly lower temperature. You don't have to turn it down like an ice box. But yeah, 60 degrees, you lose more weight.
Think about eating as putting gas in a gas tank of a vehicle. Your body's going to use energy no matter what you do. I could sit in this chair, and as long as I ate right, I would lose weight. Because if I use more than I put in, I'm going to lose weight. The big thing you want to watch is carbs. The reason carbs are so bad is not because they're bad for you or they do bad things to you. It's because your body takes so long to break them down. And generally a person with a so-and-so slow metabolism will eat a lot of carbs. Because when carbs stay in there, they stay in the pockets of fat. Everything you eat goes into your body and goes into a fat cell. And these cells, if you load up on carbs, these cells are going to get all these carbs in it, and that cell's going to stay open, and your body's going to instantly want to try to fill them. So if you eat a bunch of carbs and then you go out and eat like a big ice cream bowl, well, all that calories you just took in from the ice cream is going to go right into that fat cell and stretch it. And next thing you know, you have stored fat. And if you don't do anything like you sit around, you get fatter and fatter. That's why I was talking about Kyle. It takes a lot of devotion to gain a lot of weight really fast. Like you ever see high school wrestlers? They're sitting there pounding like ice cream, eating pizza. But the fact is they're doing all that weightlifting and their body's constantly feeding and building new muscle. They can't keep weight on. Yeah. Same thing with Michael Phelps.
My diet at the moment is almost purely meat and vegetables. That's like what I eat.
That's basically all I eat. Meat. I eat meat and like grapes, and sometimes I'll have like some eggs.
Yeah, I was going to ask you that, Wings. Have you completely cut sweets out of your diet, like altogether, or?
Yeah, no sweets, no Coke. I don't even drink Diet Coke because I don't even want the sugar. Yeah. I drink mainly water, and I do get a little bit of sugar cheap because I do drink Crystal Light, which is like a packet form. You can get they're like $3 for a packet of like 12 of them, and those 12 make 6 pitchers of it, like tea pitchers, and they have no carbs and no calories or anything like that. It's a good alternative if you get bored of drinking water, which you will.
And that thing, like I had Cheat Thursday, and that was like from the get-go. Like I think everyone's heard that diets are especially hard to maintain if you don't allow yourself at least a little bit of a break. And that's it. Cut yourself some slack, but not too much.
I mean, if you want to eat a piece of pizza or a piece of cake, do it. Just moderize it. No, I asked what I wanted to ask because I was just wondering because my fan base hates my ass, and the fact is, I don't want to say like I'm, the best there is, the best was, or the best there ever will be, but I put a lot of time into my YouTube channel, much more so than most other people. Like, I've probably made over 1,800 videos by myself. Name somebody else can touch that.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Respawn.
Yep,
No,
yep. They got like 8,000.
That is a group of people. I'm talking about solo.
Yeah.
No,
I
they
love
can't.
Wings. For what it's worth.
I can't think of.
I have over 400 videos on Machinima alone.
There are a couple guys that have that many videos. Like, I want to say, is there a guy named Toby that produces a lot of content like that? Tobuscus?
Yeah, but he does a lot of videos. Like, I see like video, like camera stuff. It's cheap. I put less effort into like a real life video than I do into like a YouTube video.
Anyway, yeah, you definitely put a lot of. You work at this channel full time, and you've been doing it longer than anybody.
Well, I haven't. Pyro's been doing it longer than me. Bling Truth, Xcal, Fisticuffs. Let's see, who else has been doing it longer than me?
That didn't
Chris
come out
Smooth.
right. I wanted to say you adopted it as a full-time role. You're one of the first to be a full-time YouTuber, as opposed to a student YouTuber or, like me, a YouTuber in his spare time.
Yeah.
Yep, you went in. You kind of jumped in. Though Blame Truth for a while, I'd say Blame Truth has kind of went at it that way as well, and so is XCow. Maybe not working at it with. I don't want to. The same work ethic. It's not that they. I think they don't put as much time and effort into it as Wings though. He goes hardcore like it's a daily job.
And I look at it like this way: I make sure you get a video of something every day. Generally, I rarely ever miss a day, and my goal is two a day. That's my minimum. I go 2 to 5, and if I can't put that out, I feel like I'm cheating people. And
if there's no video on my channel, you can rest assured the power's out on the Eastern Seaboard.
Yeah, and that's why I get so frustrated every time you see me cussing at somebody or screaming that I hate Black Ops. I'm playing it for you, not because I want to play it. If I did not have this YouTube thing, Black Ops would not be in my house. I would have sold that bitch week 3 when I lost my voice.
I remember when you lost your voice. It was from Black Ops.
And I was doing videos then with a busted voice.
Yeah, you were. I remember that. And is it bad that you play Black Ops for money?
I don't think so. I mean, I think it's bad for my health, yeah.
I think of it the same way. Like, there's kind of this indie band sort of judgment that goes on to YouTube channels, and they say, if you're not, in this solely for like your own personal enjoyment, then that makes you bad. But I don't think so. Like, I look at what Wings is doing, and he's out there, he's working, he's gathering footage, he's making the best videos he can make. He puts them up, puts several up a day. He's working at this thing. It doesn't make him bad, right? It makes him ambitious and demonstrates a work ethic.
I didn't like my last job either, but I wasn't bad at it. I bet Woody doesn't like his software architect job, but it doesn't mean he's bad at it.
Don't say that. I love my job. A tool, if you're out there, this is... I love my job. Stop it, Wings.
Come on, Woody. I've seen your resume. You could get any job you want in that field. They should be paying you to stay.
I know we talked about weight loss already, but Wings, how's it going? I want to hear numbers. I haven't heard them for a while.
I haven't got you numbers. I haven't. I go back to the doctor based on how often I use pills, and since I take a narcotic.
Right. Oh, can I interrupt you? So for people that don't know, Wings' starting weight was 450, I think, right?
425.
425. And I didn't even realize it, but most scales stop where? At 300?
300. Most standards.
So Wings can't go to like your... Well, I don't know what they have at the local drugstore, but the scales that I have in my house, you can't weigh a guy that weighs 425. So he doesn't know his weight every day like I do.
And I base it on pills, and since I take a narcotic, I don't take them every day. I'm supposed to, but I usually just skip and use willpower. And one of the main reasons is I do not want to get addicted to it because I have an addictive personality. And, these pills cost $130 a bottle, depending on how many you need. And so I try to take it slow. And for this, pretty much, I've took maybe 6 pills this month.
What does the pill do? Is it totally
it's speed.
an appetite suppressant, or is it a metabolism boost too?
It's phetramine. It's a speed. It's basically speed. It's a drug.
Can you help me understand what it does, though? Like I think
Does it improve your Call of Duty gameplay at all?
What it basically does is it gives you massive amount of energy, almost like a steroid, and it wires you like drinking. It's like drinking coffee all day. It's like, and that suppresses your appetite.
Is there any reason we don't all want this?
Against the law, it's speed.
Scratch that. I mean, like,
well, it's been known to like Air Force pilots use it, like a lot of like fighter jet pilots, and it'll make your body go until the point that your body can't go, and you don't realize it, and you could like give yourself a stroke or, things of that nature. Like you just wear out to the past, you fall out because your body doesn't have the energy no more, even though you feel like you do.
It's funny. Like, my first thought was, well, dude, I'm so healthy, I'd be fine. And then it was like, actually, like, I am kind of at that age where people are vulnerable to that sort of thing. Like,
you get a stroke at age 20 if you work hard enough.
It's more likely if you double that, Yeah. So all of a sudden I'm like, you know what? I should remember. I'm not actually 20. I just think I am.
But you can get it from doctors under the same premise of like medical marijuana, because it is a drug. It is speed. That's all it is. It's a low dosage of speed, and it suppresses your appetite. It makes it so that you don't have to eat. So it helps you. So that helps you structure what you eat.
It sounds like it's the twofer, right? It not only does it increase your metabolism, but it suppresses your appetite.
It's really, really strong stuff. Like over-the-counter stuff. Pills, like a weight loss pill. Anybody that's ever took an over-the-counter weight loss pill will notice that they're generally white and they have blue dots. Those blue dots are actually phetramine, and this pill is 100% blue.
Okay, so you don't know any numbers?
I can give you a ballpark. Let me tell you this: I started in a size 60 waist.
60.
Now
that's a good number right there.
And I went back down to my 58 waist. And I went and bought some pants today, and I could fit in a 54, but not comfortable. So I've technically lost 6 inches on my waist. I can tell you that much.
That's cool,
and
man.
I'm in the ballpark of 370 to 360.
That's awesome.
Wow, that's a notable number.
Yeah, so I've lost 50 to 60 pounds in the first 2.5 months.
Would you say 50 to 60? Is that what that number
is? And people ask me 54-inch waist. I wear my pants on my waist and not my hips. Your waist is where your navel sits. And since I have such a big gut, my navel is 54 inches.
It wasn't until about 3 months ago. Like, in high school, I used to wonder why really heavy guys, their pants always were low, right? And you could almost, like the crotch of the pants was low, and it was just like their pants didn't fit right. And I was like, why is it that heavy guys always do that? And now I realize, like, the way that guys put on body fat is like they have a waist size that increases dramatically if they pull their pants up just another few inches, when you're heavy like that, like onto your love handles and belly. So so they're able to like reduce their waist size and kind of kid themselves by wearing, like, this is guys' bodies, by wearing their pants just a few inches low. And that's why heavy guys wear their pants down more than, like, Brad Pitt does.
Yeah, you're not supposed to wear your pants on your hips. You're supposed to wear them on right there at your navel. That's where pants are designed to be wore at. Like, if you feel your pants like falling off of you, that's because you're wearing them on your hips.
To any ladies out there, don't listen to Wings of Redemption. He doesn't know where your pants are supposed to be.
Below your hips.
They're supposed to be at ass crack level.
Dude, ladies out there, your pants belong at the foot of my bed.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, see, Kyle Scott knows what I'm thinking here.
I'm just saying, but I just get so tired of people thinking that's uncool. I mean, you're not wearing high waters, because guess what? When you buy pants, there's two sizes. There's a waist size and a leg length. Get the proper leg length for your waist. It's very easy.
Yeah, dude, let me tell you something about wearing pants. In my demographic, you want them up about by your armpits with a belt on, tight, and mandals. That's how you rock clothes, baby.
Come on, Woody, you're taking it the wrong way. Like, I can't stand seeing fat guys like their ass cracks hanging out because they want to wear them on their hips.
So, you guys hear Donald Trump is thinking about running for president?
It's
Oh
just
my
a publicity stunt so he can sell some more real estate or something, dude. He knows better. He knows they're not going to like his goofy, terrible comb-over looking ass.
I support the come over.
You
Support the co-over.
You're talking trash about my man. Donald Trump has got one of those take no shits attitude. I could see him being a good president.
Oh my gosh! How did I know that Wings would be for Trump? Do you know how many times he's gone bankrupt? He's gone bankrupt like 5 times or something. Recently too, he went bankrupt in like 2009.
You know, this man's playing a big game of Monopoly. We're playing a fucking, thimble and car here. Him going bankrupt is him making one bad mistake. But guess what? The fact that he's went bankrupt and came out of the bitch and was a millionaire again, that says something about a man.
Yeah,
So would you
he
vote
doesn't
for
pay
him,
his
Wings?
bills.
It all depends on who he's running against. If
Oh my
Al
God.
Franken was up against Trump, hell no. It's Franken all the way. But I could see Trump sitting there staring down the guy in fucking Vladimir Putin or whoever the fuck they got over there now, and not being scared, not pissing himself. I picture
I can just
Obama
imagine.
sitting worried.
I just imagine that meeting.
You're fired.
You're fired. Yes.
I can picture Trump pointing his finger. You put your troops on my borders of Alaska, I will make Russia an island.
That would be impressive.
And then Putin's like, "What? You're going to bomb all of Europe? What do you mean?"
You're like, it doesn't matter if I make sense. The point is how crazy I am.
Look at my come over.
I'm fine.
I mean, you got to have a president with balls.
I'm going to kill everyone around you, make you lonely. So you
You got to have a president with balls, huh? So Palin's out.
Dude, Palin would be the worst president. I would
so
laugh if
bad.
she'd been applied for the ballot.
Her numbers are down. Like, she was actually one of the top 3 presidential Republican candidates as recently as 3 months ago. Now her poll numbers are so terrible, she's a fringe kind of joke thing.
I was about to ask you if her numbers are down. Did you mean her IQ numbers?
They've been down. They're stable.
Did she get dumber since she became
I'll
vice
tell you what,
president?
though. Like, we're sitting here talking about how dumb she is and, how her numbers are down and et cetera. Meanwhile, she's making like $30 million a year and doesn't know who I am. So one of us is doing something right.
If my tits look good in a push-up bra and everybody was down for them, I'd be making $30 million too.
That's debatable, too.
I think we have a vlog idea. Your tits might look good in a push-up
Yeah,
bra.
that's what I'm saying.
make it happen, Kimmy J. Make it happen.
I got too much chest hair.
That's sexier.
That's why you waxed before and put that in the video too.
Oh, man.
Oh man, dude, my chest hair's so long. I'd have to
Exactly.
shave that shit
Come
off
right
with
out.
like a.
Dude, if
wax.
it's longer, it waxes more efficiently.
Absolutely.
Wings, I think this is a freaking seriously good video idea.
Yeah. You
What,
have a
me-
nice
me
rug
waxing my
afterwards,
man
too.
tits?
Dude, paintball will come out there and wax your boobs for you, and then we'll get you in a bra. It'll be epic.
All right, I won't wear the bra, but I'll let Paintball Kitty wax my man boobies for me if she does a monologue beforehand.
All right, here's what you got to do though. Like to make sure that you're like committed, you have to wax the entire chest and put the strips on the entire chest. So it's not a thing where like you jerk one off and you're like, no, I'm done. Like you've got it all over you, and it has to be pulled off.
Well,
like,
see,
oh,
'cause I'm so fat, Kyle, my chest hair is like patches. Like I got some right here on my chest and my breast, and then the rest is on my belly. Like I don't have anything in between because the
we're gonna
skin's
get your
stretched.
back
Yeah,
too. We're gonna get you like from the waist to your neck.
And now it's complete silence.
No, this is good stuff, man. This is an outstanding
Armpits
video
too.
idea.
Armpits too.
Armpits too.
No,
I think we
armpits
can leave
will
his
bleed.
pits alone. He's got to look like a man. Just a
Armpits will bleed,
Brad
Kyle,
Pittish
real
man.
bad.
Bro, why are we
Oh,
talking-
everything will bleed. Don't worry.
God damn. Like I was fine with this too. We brought up bleeding armpits. No more. All right, new topic. Ding ding. New topic.
Paintball. I'm sorry to talk about the stream because it's not a good podcast, but Paintball said she's not touching the armpits. So that's it. We'll do chest and belly, maybe back, and it'll be an epic video.
I shaved my back already.
Do you?
Yeah, my grandma does it for me.
Whoa! We have to explore this. Your grandma
Yes.
shaves your back for you?
Yeah, when I use my grandmother lives right beside me, and she usually like shaves my head for me. Like she has one of those little buzz things. And usually when I take the shirt off to shake it afterwards, she's like, "You want your back done too?" I'm like, "Yeah, go and shake the back too."
The good old twofer. I love it.
Nice. Yeah. Well, it just sounds natural at that point. How low does she go on your back? Like it? Is it
I
the
got
top of your
pants on, Woody.
shoulders?
I got pants.
No, I'm not talking about that. I'm just trying to figure, like, if it's top of your shoulders, it's almost just an extended haircut. But if she's going down all the way to, like, love handle area...
Yeah, she's in the lower back region, yeah.
That's a serious back shaving right there.
It's dedication.
I get serious back hair, and I don't like it.
Like a bear. Bears are people. I think we just went full circle on this thing.
And I never got to pick my animal either. So upset about that.
Yeah, right. You could have been Kyle's peregrine falcon, but you're stuck as a bear.
No, I wanted a silverback gorilla.
You're
I
pretty
thought you
close.
said tiger.
Give it time.
I wanted to change.
Oh, okay. So why the silverback gorilla?
Topic?
The silverback gorilla can kill almost every land animal on Earth, except maybe like an elephant or a hippo.
You could have shaving back parties with it too. It'd be great.
What are you gonna do with a silverback gorilla? He ain't gonna do shit. He's gonna rip your arms off.
Don't they get scared easily? Couldn't I, like, clap with a hand and the lid of a metal garbage
They're very
can
unconfrontational, but guess what?
Yeah.
He's a pet. This one's tamed. And my pets are trained to attack when I want them to. I think Modern Warfare 3 needs to initiate some sort of skill-based matchmaking. And if they don't, it's going to be really hard for like a lone wolf to play by himself in anything other than a mercenary mode. And even then, mercenary mode should have skill-based, balancing. Like if you got a guy with 200 skill over here, and you got 3 guys with 200 skills over here, that's obviously not balanced.
What would go into determining the skill, though?
Well, different things.
To play devil's advocate on that idea, right now I think that the primary thing that determines who you get matched up with is getting into the game quickly and getting a good connection in that game. Those are, I think, what they prioritize. If you were to prioritize skill, then one of those other things would have to.
Halo does
down.
it though.
Yeah, but look, I'm looking at it this way. Call of Duty beats Halo to death with user base. I mean, like, Crysis 2 failed horribly. Not because it was a bad game, because it was laggy as shit. The reason it was laggy as shit, because they went peer-to-peer with a Crysis 2 user base. You have 40,000 people, and the game has to pick from 40,000 people. Whereas you log on to Call of Duty, you might have 40,000 people per game type. And it has that to pick from. It has a much bigger user base to pick from. I think it wouldn't be too big of a stretch or add too much time on it if you basically just initiated some kind of skill balancing system. Like, say if me, Onslaught, you, Kyle, all to get together in a party, obviously they had to find us another full party to play against.
Yeah.
Yep.
You want me to point out something that would happen if they had real skill-based matchmaking in the next Call of Duty?
No more 75.
Commentators? Commentators are gonna get their shit pushed in because all the.
I disagree with you.
All right. Let me tell you why. All right. Now, I'm not saying that the majority of people who do commentaries aren't above-average players. A lot of them that I know are really good players and some of the best players I know. But we're not professional gamers by any means. So when you put us against players who were just as good as us, according to Call of Duty, after about a month, it's going to have everything's going to be balanced out, and that's who you're going to be playing against. You're going to be playing against 6 other people who are just as good as you, if not a little bit better. You're those 75 in 1 games, those 50 in 3 games.
But the fact is, this just because that alone would change the scale of what is the norm.
No, it wouldn't. It would just make me. If I'm out there, you know what I do? I make a new account. I get on, pwn some noobs, done.
Yeah, but the people will see that and they'll call you on it. Just like people call C-Nanners to this day on something that's irrelevant. People think just because he didn't prestige, he's facing easier opponents. It isn't how the system works.
It isn't, actually. I've asked, I forget if it was 402 or JD, but I sort of had that confirmed. It's not about prestiging. Yeah. Although, there is some sort of skill-based matchmaking. They just don't share it. Like, I don't know what they use. Your accuracy, your KD, or win-loss. I'm not sure. Or a combination. But
I know it uses your score. Like, if you're playing by yourself, like if you're the highest person on your team and you win, they put you on the losing team.
Yeah, I've seen that happen. And one thing that was always interested me in Call of Duty 4, because I've played that game so much, 60, 70 days of playtime, is I almost never get the bad spawn. Like the Marine spawn and the SAS spawn is always the good spawn. I always get those spawns in Search and Destroy, Team Deathmatch, Domination, whatever. And I don't know why. And it's not host. It has nothing to do with host, but I always get them. So there's something in there that's giving me, because I have, a positive kill-death ratio or a positive win-loss ratio, or, I've got 50, 60,000 wins or whatever. It's giving me the better spawn no matter what. Like, I could play for 20 hours and never get the bad spawn.
I just tell Socrates what spawn I want to have, and then he makes it happen.
Me and Socrates, this is coming from a conversation me and him had the other day. He was like, something weird happened the other day. I got the bad spawn. I was like, what? He's like, yeah, I don't know. What the hell happened? I was like, we couldn't stand it.
To me, Bog is maybe one of the most lopsided maps in Call of Duty history. And, just tell Socrates which one you want. You'd be good to go.
Well, I'm just saying, I think it would be refreshing for me in the Call of Duty series if I did struggle every game I played. I mean, because right now I'm not getting better as a player beating up on people.
You rage quit every night.
I get rage. Yeah, I rage quit every night. But guess what? I keep coming back to play the game.
I know. But like
I get just as frustrated looking at C flag, shooting down sight, as I do losing, going 40-20.
Kyle, tell me if this isn't true. Every gaming session with Wings of Redemption ends like this. Fuck! Right?
I enjoy those more though, so maybe he's onto something.
But I enjoy winning against a team that's strong much more than winning 10 games of a team that is obviously sitting back doing nothing.
Yeah, let me tell you how you know the night is going to end like that. Wing starts blaming people who didn't have anything to do with the loss. There'll be some poor guy over there
but
who, if you're the host.
Oh, go ahead.
If you're the host of the game and you're in our party and you're not, maybe your connection isn't superb, but it's not a shitty connection. We're not on 2 bars or anything, but there's a little lag. Oh, you're leaving, buddy. You're leaving.
Yeah.
It's like, dude, back out. You're lagging up the game, ruining the shit for everyone. Get the fuck out of here. Back out. And all of a sudden,
you're pulling host all the time. If you don't have a 7 KD, you suck dick. You are terrible. You are awful at this game if you don't have a 7 KD with a host and a connection like that. Everyone else in this game is 5 seconds behind you.
Yeah, exactly. And then all of a sudden you'll see host migration. I was like, I'm just like, damn, that guy left. I'm like,
Wait, tell us this isn't straight up true.
I was like, if he had said that to me, I would have started uploading a YouTube video just to fucking crash the connection, put him on a red bar.
If someone, says something awful about me that's not even remotely true, or it just doesn't hit one of my soft spots, it flows right away. But every now and then they find that Achilles heel. Every now and then they say something that kind of has a hint of truth. And that's when it hurts the most. It happened to me yesterday, I think. They were going off on me over Twitter. And it was, it actually bothered me. It was the first thing that's bothered me in the last 6 weeks. I'll talk about it for a while. So apparently someone said at PAX that I bullied them, right? And I was like, did I bully someone? I don't even know what they were talking about. And they said I checked vid stats every day and bragged about my channel size. So I'm hearing this, and I'm like, well, check vidstats every day. That's actually true. I did check vidstats every day. I do it every day. And
I think we all do. I think everybody who takes this seriously does.
Mm-hmm. Okay, yeah. So I check it every day, and partly it's a way for me to get feedback on my channel. If the sub growth is dropped, if things aren't going right, then I'll be like, all right, so it's just one of the metrics I use to measure whether or not I'm running my channel the best that I know how to run it. And but it's like, what if someone was really sensitive and I'm looking at vid stats and they somehow interpret that as me rubbing my numbers in their face, or I don't know where that came from, but it bothered me because clearly it had some basis in someone said it. It wasn't just completely made up. And then there was other stuff, and that's what bothered me the most. It was this mix of truth and lies. Someone said that I told someone that if they didn't get in a cab, that I would attack their channel. And I'm like, what?
Oh my God.
That's not even the start of being true. I never said anything remotely near that. And there was one time I told someone to get in a cab, and this was the situation. It was the first night there. It was 2 a.m. It was cold outside, and it was raining. And there were 8 of us walking home or something like that. And the cab had room for 4. They were going to give me the seat in the cab, because it was like everyone around PAX that I went with was like respecting me as an elder, which is awkward, but it was like, I don't know, endearing too. And I was like, no, I don't, want the seat just because I'm older. I gave it to a guy who wasn't dressed warmly because it was cold out and it was drizzling at night. So that was the one time I told someone to get in a cab. How that got distorted into take it or I attack your channel is crazy. I gave it to a guy without a coat. Like, that's not a dick move. But I don't know where it came from. And, like, I don't know, this really super effective mix of, like, truth and lie, it ruined my morning. So
yeah, I was with you for a couple days there. Like, I know that that's not the truth. I mean, I think most of us saw that as kind of a business function. Like, some people, I guess, like the younger guys saw it as, hey, we'll go get to meet the guys that we talked to online. But, like, I don't know about how you felt about it, but I saw it as a, kind of like a company picnic where you, like, talk to...
Time to market, son.
Well, I mean, it's not all about marketing, but yeah, a lot of it, it's meeting people, it's making connections, it's, talking to this guy in real life and asking him what he feels about, different business strategies as far as this thing goes. I mean, a lot of us take this thing very seriously. It's not just a hobby, and I think somebody probably just misinterpreted that, and that's mixed with their probably some jealousy or
their own insecurities,
Yeah, like, you probably what's more likely is you didn't go over there and like, hey, Jimmy Crack Corn 1407, I really love your channel, and and like just really like kiss the guy's ass or anything. You probably just said, hey, it's nice to meet you, and that was it. And somebody got mad about that.
Let me go ahead and tell you. At PAX Seattle, I'm most likely going to cuss at somebody, most likely going to get put on camera screaming at somebody, might even hit somebody.
Can't wait.
And I doubt I'll talk about my channel at all the entire time I'm there.
Like Kyle said, company picnic is a pretty neat thing. And I remember I was talking to Marka Durka about it, and he's like, it'll be interesting to see how the dynamic changes because it's an environment where channel size doesn't matter at all. And that like little thing stuck in my head, like, yeah, that's right. And I even ran with it further. I'm like, when you go in real life, look, I don't really care if you have 1 million subs or if you have 50 subs. Like, all of a sudden, we're all real people, all on a level playing field. And that was interesting. And the other thing is, in real life, I guess what you look like kind of matters, whereas when you're playing, like, Xbox, it doesn't matter at all. I was like, that'll be an interesting thing to change the dynamic, too. Some guy... One thing that's neat about the internet is you kind of are whoever you want to be. But then you meet in real life, and you are who you really are. And I was like, so I just went into this thinking that channel size didn't matter at all. And then I come back, and a month and a half later, someone's attacking me as if I threw that around. I was like, this really, really stinks. It hurt my feelings. And I thought I was nothing but like a really nice guy there. So sometimes that happens, I guess.
If you plan on doing that shit to me, let me know so I can piss in your face before I come back to South Carolina.
Oh my gosh.
Because I know Seattle has a lot of dark alleys that I can punch you in the jaw and piss on you.
You really want to piss on somebody.
There's going to be a pissing situation?
Yeah.
I know. I think is that gay?
I don't know.
I don't care. Make me feel better.
As long as they don't see your penis when you're doing it, I think it's alright. Oh my gosh.
Because I know Seattle has a lot of dark alleys that I can punch you in the jaw and piss on you.
You really want to piss on somebody.
There's going to be a pissing situation?
Yeah.
I know. I think is that gay?
I don't know.
I don't care. Make me feel better.
As long as they don't see your penis when you're doing it, I think it's alright.
Well, I know I wouldn't have my eyes open. I know a guy who did that to somebody once. I know a guy, he's a friend of my dad's, as you probably can imagine. But we played poker with him, and I had heard this story about the guy, and he's like this rough, like grizzly-looking guy. And apparently he was working at a liquor store behind the counter, and the guy comes in and wants free liquor. He's like, man, just give me that bottle. Just give me that bottle. And the guy's like, no, dude, you have to pay, whatever. So the guy like gets physical and tries to reach through the counter and over the counter and grab the bottle of liquor, and ends up knocking some liquor over, breaking it. So this dude jumps over the counter and throws this guy an ass whooping, and then pisses on him. And I was like, you pissed on him? Oh yeah, I pissed on him. Let him know. I wanted to say, let him know what,
yeah.
But I didn't want to get beaten and pissed on, so I just let it slide.
Well, down here in the South, pissing on somebody is a level of degradation.
All right.
So,
I think that's universal.
I think that stands anywhere, yeah.
Yeah. I remember I saw this thing where they said, in the Middle East, hitting someone with the bottom of your shoe is an insult. And I'm like, I think I'd take that as an insult too. I think that goes around the world.
Yeah.
Yeah, but remember in Iraq when they were pulling down the Saddam Hussein statues and everybody's like out there hitting them with the shoes, their sandals? Yeah. I guess
I think it's just Americans wouldn't normally think to do that. They would just
like
think
Americans
about
would have
peeing
pissed
on
on
somebody.
statue.
Yeah.
John's like, fuck this shit. Take your shoes off, Billy. And just like, that doesn't happen. We don't do that. Of course they're wearing sandals.
No, we piss. I mean, literally, when we want to degrade something, we stand around and piss on it.